So Geoff, first question, you didn't play a lot this season. Which were your first impression here in Ambrì and on the ice?
It's fun to be back playing, and yeah, I enjoyed it. It wasn't the best game to have to begin again, but I had fun. I played hard, and it was what it was. So
now you are here in Ambrì for 2 weeks, and maybe you can stay all season long. Is this your goal? Do you think you want to stay here? You think you will have a big role here?
Yeah, I mean, if things work out the way I'm just going to play as best as I can, and whatever happens. So if options come up after I play well, or it doesn't, it's kind of out of my control. So whatever happens.
In Bern, I don't know, maybe there are a lot of talented Swiss players, but here in Ambrì, you have to know that an import has to do a lot of on the ice. People is expecting a lot from your imports. So you think what you can bring here in Ambrì that I can assure you to do what you're asking for?
Yeah, I think it's quite common in every team in Switzerland that the imports have to play to be one of the best players, or they'll get a new guy. So I think I'm used to that expectation, and I know that going in, so it's nothing new.
Ambrì struggled a lot in the first games, in the power play especially, and I think they needed a blue liner. Do you think you can fit good in this role?
Yeah, I mean, it's not my absolute specialty, but I mean, I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to try and contribute. I know the players that Ambrì has on the power play are really talented, and a power play isn't really. It's all about chemistry, and it's all about guys, feeling good and confident. And I think it just takes some time, especially at the beginning of the season. Guys are new, guys are in different spots, and it just takes a little time, and things start to get a lot better.
What happened in Bern? You had a good season. You were important in the club, and so then Gragnani came in, and what they said, we don't want you anymore. You have to think. You have to find a new team. You will be the fifth. What happened?
Yeah, so they told me quite late in the off season, almost maybe less than 2 weeks before training camp started. So I didn't really have very many options because most teams had filled their rosters. So they told me that they wanted me to find another team, and I said that there's not very many options, and I don't really want to go into an option that's not good for me. So I said we couldn't agree on a buyout contract, so I said that I would come back, and they agreed. But I was told that I'm not battling for a spot. I was the fifth guy, and only if someone got injured that I would play. So.
And you played in the Champions Hockey League, and you had an injury. It was a little concussion or something. Are you 100%? Good?
It was a very minor concussion. It was more. I've never had a concussion before, so it was my first symptom of a concussion, so I wanted to make sure that everything was fine. If it were playoffs, maybe I would play, maybe not, but I wanted to make sure, because that first concussion can cause you problems for the rest of your life, the rest of your career, so I wanted to make sure that I was 100%. And yeah, I took more than enough time to get 100%, so no problems with that.
Last question. You are new here. I don't know if they told you something, your roommates, but Friday there is the derby. I know you played the derby in Bern, but maybe you will be extremely surprised about the Ticino derby. So what they told you, what you feel about it?
I think it's well known all around the league that this derby is the most intense derby in Swiss hockey. So no one has told me anything, because they don't need to, because it's well known that it's going to be crazy and it's going to be war. So I'm excited. It should be a lot of fun.